So I was sent a copy of Her Prince in Disguise by Elizabeth Lennox for as an advanced reader copy since I'm now on her list. So for my review, and this is a continuation of the Alcitra. We know how I am with names. Alcitra family that I've already previously reviewed two of them. Oh, okay, we got this. So, Her Prince in Disguise is the story of Laith, Laith. I say Laith, and Andi. Laith is one of the cousin sibling mix from the previous couples, cousin to the main character in the last book. So he and his twin brother have decided to kind of get more into the business again that they own. They own a business together and they decide to get more involved in the running of it. So he goes to the New York office. I think it's the New York office. For a meeting where he meets Andi. Andi was asked by her boss's boss to step into her boss's role for this meeting. And then in the meeting, as he's like nicely saying, interviewing everybody about their reports and whatnot, her boss's boss kind of lets her take over and lets him kind of just focus on her instead of him. Kind of underhanded. Not gonna lie there. But Leif is impressed by Andi and decides to add her to his team that he is going to have to go to different offices in the business around the world and start investigating them. So there's a lawyer, there is an engineer to help with the factory part, to investigate the factory part, and one other besides Andi who works in finance, and she focusing on the money. Okay, so they go to Singapore for their first office, and they kind of end up romantically involved, even though she's like, no, he's one, my boss, really high up, and two, what the heck. So she thinks it's just a fling, and she kind of is like, about it. Like, I don't want to get involved, but also I do because, romantic feelings, where he's like, yes, I want this. But they are very professional, there's the word, in the offices. Now, aside because of the romantic relationship, she starts getting treated not too nicely by his personal assistant. He kind of, on the plane ride back to New York from Singapore, he puts her in the middle seat at the very back of the plane in front of the toilets and a couple other things. But of course she doesn't tell Leif because she's like, I don't want to ruin his job. Also, what's happening is she is receiving boxes. In these boxes are dioramas. I almost know I'd say diagrams, but it's not a diagram. It's a diorama of some very intimate scenes involving pain. Okay, so it does describe some of the scenes in the boxes. So if you are triggered by that, probably wouldn't want to read that. It's not a huge part of the book, but it is still part of the book, so it is important that it's said. The other thing is the villain character does also kidnap someone. So again, if that is triggering, I probably wouldn't read this book. Just saying. Again, it's not like a huge part, but it is still a part. Things that are intimate, that are involve pain, aren't being described. Not done to anyone in the moment, but it is there. So if that is something triggering, I would not read the book. in the end, of course, it is a romance, so happily ever after. I'm not going to get into all that about how that comes about, but just know that that happens, and it does end happily, which we always enjoy. So that is my review. Happy reading.